Yeah, brown skin, short legs, and fat ass. Son, that's my type, I cannot pass. Walked up, said we from Colorado, are we hanging out tonight?
What's cracking, ladies and gentlemen? This is Jordan Kurtz with the comments from the Peanut Gallery podcast. I'm here in the trap house with my man, Hollywood. Fish and chips, Brian Mitchell. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing amazing, Kurtz, baby. How about you, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Now, Fish, I gotta ask you. I mean, I realize it's just our kitchen set and everything, but why are you drinking out of champagne glass or a wine glass right now?
Honestly, I mean, I can only drink water. This is water, obviously, but soon enough, it will be champagne. So that's just what I'm thinking about. I'm not an alcoholic.
But you're saying that because you're gonna have a reason to celebrate.
Oh, definitely. After this fight, for sure.
So there you go, right with it. You gave the tease right there. Let the people know what you got going on this weekend.
So I've got a fight this weekend at 145 against a guy that was supposed to fight back in March. You know, I'm really very, very excited for this.
And what as far as the details, can people watch online, or is there anything like they can do there, or where can they follow?
Yeah, so there's only a link out that I will definitely post on my Instagram or in my Facebook as well that you guys can watch there. And on a low key, we're gonna have video pirate there, Jordan Tony video and itself. So check out his life.
Nice. And so with that, where can people follow you?
They can follow me at Hollywood MMA _KO on Instagram, and also I have another artist page _Mile High Mob _ and on Facebook, Brian Mitchell. That's really it.
Very nice there, Mr. Fish and Chips. So right away off the top, I got to ask you, how were you feeling coming in? You were set to go in March.
Yeah.
Obviously, that didn't come to fruition. Your opponent pulled out due to injury. So now that you're finally here at Fight Day, how does it feel? Or at Fight Week, I should say.
Man, it feels amazing, to get back to what I've been doing for 5 straight years. I feel like I've had a hiatus this past, is that how you say it? Hiatus? Yeah. This past year, with COVID and all that. But I'm back doing what, honestly, I feel like my life is set to do right now at this point.
Very nice. And so as far as that goes, what can the people expect to see from you when you step into the cage?
Man, just a better, more improved Brian Mitchell, Hollywood Brian Mitchell. You're going to see me out there having fun and doing what I love to do. You're going to see a smile on my face when I walk to the ring because, honestly, I enjoy those moments. So you're going to see a whole different attitude. I feel like this past whole 5 years that I've been fighting, that I've been trying to find myself. And through that, I had, a bunch of attitude switches and characters I try to put out. But you're going to see the genuine Brian Mitchell. And with that comes, I don't know, just full capability of just going out and executing what I was planning on doing.
Definitely. And, with that, you always have a little knack for the flair and the flash.
Oh, yeah, Hollywood,
Exactly, Hollywood. If you guys have followed along for a while, you've definitely seen the, as he alluded to right there, just some of the many different characters or personalities that come out. My man is a true entertainer through and through.
Appreciate you.
We've seen from the Factory X-Files and the week that was, some of the different characters that come out. It's not the size of the dog.
That's a little nugget.
That's a little nugget. Yeah, you got a little nugget coming out.
Yeah.
There's a little nugget. Then we got just fish and chips naturally.
Fish and chips. Then you got Gangsta B.
Big Fish.
Yeah, Big Fish. That's who Gangsta B is.
And you got Hollywood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, how, I guess, you always carry an energy about yourself when you're in the room. Where does that come from?
It would come from that soul search that I had, In my life, I've had lost a lot of people in my life, in a short amount of time. And went through a family change at an age that most people shouldn't go through a family change. And I kind of lost myself within that, So me being with Factory X and the family that I had there, just, being in that room shows me that I don't have to fake being anybody else. I don't have to seek approval from anybody else because they only want the best for me, So this past 6 months, this past year, honestly, you could probably ask anybody else, my whole personality changed because that's when I found myself, I found that confidence, that true confidence in myself. I'll walk up to Josh Fram, good luck on Friday night, my man. I know you're going to kill it. I'll walk up to Josh Fram and be like, hey, bro, let's get around. I'm about to beat that ass. You know what I mean? Yeah. When I know very well, he might. He's kind of big. He might beat me. He might, But like that confidence I've never had before. I would always be timid in the gym and all that. But I'm free to be myself, and myself is just this person that wants to make everybody smile. I want to uplift everyone in the room. That's my goal. I don't seek to down anybody. I know I'm always talking shit, but it's help me out first and foremost. But if you can't get through a little shit talk in your life, how you gonna survive?
Okay, definitely. Well, and you kind of mentioned a little bit of it. Some of the early goings. Do you care to expand upon? What you meant by that? Whatever you're comfortable with sharing.
Oh yeah, so I lost my mom at 9. I'm not looking for like no boo-hoo story because everyone's got a story. I lost my mom at 9, lost my pops to gun violence, and like lost 3 other people in like 1 year, 2 years, and then lost 2 more people the next year. So and they were all just like cut and draw losses. They were just like, oh, this person got old, done. But like,
and this was in Memphis, right?
No, this was in Jonesboro, Arkansas. I was born in West Memphis, moved to Jonesboro, Arkansas, got adopted there, and that's where I lost a lot of people too.
Okay.
But that's what happened. Then thankfully I got adopted by this, amazing family. I used to say amazing white family, but it's not about the color. Like they're amazing people, and they brought me in like the Blind Side story. And made me so much better. Yeah, you should have. If you thought I was a little nugget right now, like you should have seen me back then before I got adopted, man. So I got adopted, and they changed my life. And thankfully, gratefully, they're supporting what I'm doing right now. So that's the biggest thing for me. They're gonna be at the fight this weekend as well.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. I'm glad that you get to go show out in front of them down there in Arkansas, getting to fight.
Yeah. Well, it's like 4 or 5 hours from home, but no one's gonna be there except my parents.
Close enough, you know what I'm saying? Close enough,
That's at home is where your heart is, huh?
Exactly. Well, I guess to say within close enough proximity for them to be able to go see, you've head ass. Because you've some of your fights in the past, you fought in Utah, you fought in Colorado since you've been out here. So I imagine that it's definitely much more difficult for them to make that cross country travel to come and see some of those shows.
Definitely. Man, I'm really just that special breed. It's not easy to get me to go fight for you type of thing. So, no, honestly, I'll fight anywhere. But like, you're right. Like the travel is just expensive. Especially if it's like within a couple of weeks' notice or whatever.
Yeah.
Can't blame them, but don't treat me like I'm an amateur fighter coming to your promotion. That's all I ask.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, as it comes to fighting, I guess the next logical question, obviously, you have all the reasons in the world to have that chip on your shoulder and that motivation, those intrinsic factors that make you want to go out there and just have an outlet.
Yeah.
But what was it that actually got you in the doors of a gym to start fighting formally versus just, fighting out in the streets and doing it that way?
I just say, man, I love what you're doing. You're amazing interviewer. I don't know how you do this. I give you props, bro. Come on now.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
But the thing that first got me in the gym was my brother. He was out there doing some, kickboxing classes with this guy named Mike Wessel. And I tried out one, and honestly, I fell in love. I had done some boxing before as a teenager, kid, whatever, pre-teens, and I loved it, but never had I done MMA, and I just felt so, I don't know, natural there.
You also wrestled growing up, correct?
I body slam niggas. True. Yeah, I wrestled.
Yeah, so and at that, let's give you your rub. You were a state champion wrestler.
Yeah.
So did that make the transition a little bit easier for you, having that base, I guess?
When I was getting beat up, standing up, it made it a little bit easier to take him down. Yeah, I would say that. But the transition over from wrestling to just straight up MMA, it's not as easy as most people think. You have to be able to get to take him down. You know what I mean? If you can't get to that range, then I guess that's just useless.
That's true. Very true there. Now, when it comes to just overall athleticism,
bro, they don't want to talk about athleticism. I'm like Jerry Rice out here. I'm athletic as fuck, bro.
You really and truly are. I'm not trying to stroke your ego too much over here.
You don't got to stroke my ego, bro.
but no, really and truly, like that's what it is to build you up here. But you're ultra athletic. I mean, you're fast. You almost made a terrible decision and played basketball this week.
I almost crossed some fools this week.
You can get up. That would have been a terrible decision. I'd have been back here at the house, busting my
foot. Yusuf, Jovan, Oscar's little ass. He can get it too. George, I almost AI'd him, bro. They look at him pulling jersey.
But see, this is where it's good that we're learning to grow and evolve and make smart decisions during the fight.
I'll just cross him next week.
Exactly. You could wait till after the fight.
Yeah, definitely.
So, when it comes to just like I say, like was that something that you? I mean, obviously you're genetically gifted athletically in a large sense because you wouldn't be able to jump through the roof the way that you can or be as fast and just wake up looking like Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
like the way that you do without having some sort of genetic advancement in that way as compared to some people. But also with that comes where does that athletic base of you having that body control core, whatever, where does that come from? Was there something that maybe helped build that? Any other activities or sports or whatever that you played as a kid?
Nah, man, I was just fighting niggas. Like, honestly, when I was a kid, I was just fighting, and then I got beat up one day by this dude named Brian. It's the same guy named Brian, but his name is spelled with Y, so to this day, I still don't like Brian's with the names with Y's. Like, to this day. But, he beat me up bad. And then, and I went home, I watched a movie, I started doing push-ups. I swear I started doing push-ups every night. I thought I was doing something, I did 2 nights. And then I found Brian again. Didn't say one word, walked up to him and did the little Wing Chun body shots and then hit him with a 2 or whatever the heck to the face. And, that was like a proud moment for me. And ever since then, I've kind of always visualized fighting. I didn't know I'd be on this path, but I always practice on getting better. I'd be asleep, fighting somebody in my dreams and realizing, oh man, my eyes were closed in my dreams. And waking up and be like, oh, you got to keep your eyes open and fight. You know what I mean? There's small stuff. I know. It's just, but.
So I got to ask you, what was the movie?
I feel like it was something like IP Man, but it wasn't IP Man. It was like Kung Fu Hustle. Kung Fu Hustle. When the crazy frog lady or frog man or whatever the hell. And yeah, Kung Fu Hustle. I used to love that movie. Love it.
So movies as a whole, were you a big martial arts movie guy growing up? Watching Bruce Lee movies, other kung fu type movies, or just kind of more general action stuff?
General action stuff. I didn't really get into any of the Bruce Lee stuff. I got into Kill Bill stuff. Not really a huge martial arts movie. And I watched Karate Kid, and that's really it.
I mean, that's classic.
Kung Fu Hustle, it's classic.
But I will say this: I think that Cobra Kai is better than Karate Kid.
I don't know about that, Playboy.
I mean, it's different eras, but I guess the older half degenerate side of me relates to Johnny now that he's kind of the old dude that lost it all and is trying to bring it all back.
Well, it's still cheesy as hell either way.
Oh, it is. Still it is. But you know what you're getting, you know what you're getting yourself into when watching it. I feel like it's just doesn't mean that Mortal Kombat was another one that some people were kind of blasting recently. Oh yeah, you've been swiping, dog.
No, what you mean, Playboy? That's my notes.
But Mortal Kombat, that's one that some people are like, oh yeah, it was great, but the writing was kind of weak. Well, my man, why are you watching Mortal Kombat for a best written script or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
The action was amazing. Take it for what it is and enjoy it. That I don't know. I just try to keep.
Don't try to read too much into the movies. Take it. You're watching a martial arts movie. You're watching it for the action in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or whatever superhero movie. Just name whatever your particular genre. That's not going to be a thriller or a mind bender.
Yeah.
Enjoy it for what it is.
Jackie Chan always made me want to do be a stunt double. I always loved watching Jackie Chan and the shit that he did. This dude would beat up six guys and do it while he's handcuffed, and has a chair behind his back, So that's some crazy shit. I always had inspiration from Jackie Chan.
You want to know what the funny thing is?
What?
Sometimes when you're talking shit, you sound like Chris Tucker.
Oh hell no, Not at all. But That's not a bad compliment, but not at all, bro. I got a deeper voice.
You know, like when he's at the car, not necessarily the voice tone, but like in the one where it was like oh yeah, like I'm gonna be busting everybody, like
oh yeah,
you know what scene I'm talking about. Brandon Roybal shared it on his story the other night, and I was like, oh my god, like this is fish and chips,
yeah,
like this is straight up fish and chips, like busting on fool, like you know, like I'm kicking you in the head.
That's what I'm saying, and that confidence though, you know, I never had that. You ask anybody that I showed up to the gym with, you know, 3 years ago, I was a little bit more reserved. 2 years ago, I was still a little bit more reserved. But like this past year, I really just like spread my wings, you know. And I really am who I am. You know, I'm happy with who I am. I wouldn't say like I'm happy with all the decisions that I made, but I wouldn't take any decisions that I made back because it is like who I am today.
Definitely. So I got to ask you this: as far as this camp goes and your preparation, obviously Factory X is one of the top teams in the world. It's one of the super teams. There's a lot of bodies there.
Easily.
But in terms of who has maybe been in your training circle specifically for this camp?
My training circle specifically for this camp, who have I been going with against a lot? Mini Hunt, definitely Mini Hunt. You know, Mini Hunt's tough as nails. And I have to tiptoe around him and everything. I'm not saying I have to let off. I have to tiptoe around him because I don't want to see the dog loose. You know, Mini Hunt tamed and Mini Hunt, like, Unchained, two different things, two different beasts.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and you don't want to see Mini Hunt Unchained.
No,
definitely not. No. Colin England, you know, Colin is he's an amazing addition to the team. Love that he's there. He's a brawler, and just the same thing with, you know, Colin is he has a habit of just being lax at the gym, but when you see that guy fight,
turns up
dog. He's a dog.
Makes his UFC debut this summer. Mini Hunt, Adam Martinez. You can catch him on Univision, I believe it is, next Friday. He's fighting in the Kombat Global Tournament. So I mean, everybody's just kind of iron sharpens iron. All
definitely. Everybody at the gym's making me better, and honestly, I don't think I would have gotten to this point. Well, as far as like skill level in my career, if I hadn't have been here.
That's a fair point right there. So what would you say has been one of the biggest growth factors that you can identify since moving out to Denver and joining Factory X?
Growth factors, I would say what made me a lot better fighter would have been seeing everybody hustle after the first COVID restrictions got lifted. Because first week we went in dead tired. Second week we got after it. Third week we were killers, and every single week after that we were competing with each other. And I got to the point where literally every week, like somebody was actually fighting in the gym. You know, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but you can definitely see the competitiveness in that. Yeah. You know, everyone's like trying to get better, and everyone wants to be better than the next guy. You know, and that's where I feel like I've gotten a lot better because I can't just sit back and relax anymore. I've got to keep going because these guys are fucking animals. They're sharks looking for blood out there. You know, and I don't want to be that little bass, you know, bleeding wind to get eaten by a shark. I want to be with the sharks.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that just made me better.
That was
not a little shark, big shark.
It was a little shark.
Yeah, it was a little shark. Little shark, big fish.
Little shark, big fish. Yeah. That was another one of the personalities.
Little shark, big fish. Yeah. It's one of them.
So, because I'm sure many people will probably be wondering, how in the hell did you get the nickname Fish and Chips?
Oh man, long story.
Long story. Oh, that was a long story, huh?
Yeah, it was a long story. So it's a beautiful day outside. The code word.
And people are laughing so hard because I know the story behind it.
You know, you want me to tell the secrets. They're going to have to find out themselves. No, it's something hard. I got something hard.
Something hard, huh?
Something hard.
Something hard or get hit hard.
Hey, the people will find out when they find out, Playboy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's transition then. All right. So Big Fish.
That was good.
So you've really and truly you channeled some creative energy in a different direction as well.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Come on now. What you want to talk about?
So, first and foremost, what made you pick up the pen and start writing music?
made me pick up a pen. I want to say COVID. You know, COVID happened, and I was just bored. You know, I ran, ate, stayed home. You know, for a straight up month. But like, I always have, you know, written in my life, always.
Yeah.
You know, I'd fail in math every single day, but you know, if it was a writing English writing subject, I love that shit. You know, I'm a nerd for that. You know, if you ever text me, for the most part, I'm grammatically correct every single time. Every single time. I don't know. I love to write. You know, so but picking that pen back up, I realized like I've gotten so much better over the years. You know, so
yeah,
there's evolutions to the shit.
I mean, I gotta say that I'm sold on it at this point. You know, we've sat here,
Yes,
you know, we've workshopped, you know, some lines through some of the different songs. And it's like, I mean, it's cool from my perspective to see what you're doing on that side because one, I can tell that you're passionate about it overall, but there's a lot of people that are passionate about shit that they suck at.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just plain and simple. Like, I mean, you may take that as being rough or harsh, but it just is what it is. Like, honestly. I mean, sometimes you've got a shelf life here. You've got a cap on what you have. But for you and for the music that you've been making and writing and putting out, or not necessarily putting out, you only have the one single out, right? True Play for Real. That's the only.
Yeah, I only have 2 singles out right now.
Okay, yeah. So you know, but just hearing the rest of the record coming together, like. There is great potential with this.
Appreciate you, bro.
Like, really is. Like, I mean, I sit there and I listen to at least one of them per day, if not run through the whole playlist.
Yeah.
And that's my feel-good music. You know, from where we live here at the house to the radio station, when I go and do my thing there, it's like 10, 12 minutes, or, you know, at most 12 minutes, about 10 minutes. But right away off the top, first 3 songs right now on the playlist that I have going for it, Closer to God.
Yeah.
Fight Back, and Maintain. Maintain
Yes.
has grown on me a lot.
Maintain does grow on you. That shit's nice.
It's grown on me a lot, but you know, so how would you describe your sound?
I would describe my sound as like a Southerner that really fell in love with Denver and is trying to put Mile High, you know, on the map type of thing. You know, I fell in love with the vibe here. Fell in love with the people. I've got, you know, my family at the gym, and I've got a family inside the family at the gym, you know what I mean, that also pushes me. I love those guys to death, and I don't know, it's just like it's the sound that everybody's listening to here, but with different flow, you know, and deeper voice. Yeah, I don't know, it's just different. I just feel like it's a new sound.
So naturally, I mean, the album is going to be coming out sometime this summer.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's going to come out in July. End of July, get ready for it.
But you've had the chance to show off that music at a couple of clubs, you know, here on the West Coast.
Clubs play the hits, bro. They'll play the songs.
So, I guess at that point, what was the feeling when you heard your tracks playing through the entire club?
The feeling of that is just like, I don't want more. I don't want them just to play it and people like listen to like, oh, who is this? I want them to play it and be like, oh yeah, they got this shit on. You know, that's the feeling I feel. You know, I feel like this shit can be played in multiple clubs. You know, my music is for every fucking hood. My music is for every type of person. You know, you listen to my music, there's at least one song on it that you're gonna like because not every single thing sounds the same. You know, so the feeling is just like uncomfortability. I want more. I want people to know like what's up, like who we are.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure. And you know, you mentioned, you kind of talked about having a, but I'll also say that it's a diverse, layered, I guess, sound and profile as far as what you do, because you write a beat very well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you'll have your instrument and whatever you write along with it, like that captures like the lyrics capture the essence of the beat.
Yeah.
Or capture, you know, the speed, the pace, the tempo, the energy of what that beat is. Like, is that something that just came naturally, or was that by design?
That's a gift. I'll be real, man. I thank God. This is not me being cocky or nothing. Like, I'll say this to anybody in front of their face. Like, I thank God for me You know what I mean? Like, if you're not thankful for yourself, if you're not, like, happy about yourself, if you're not confident in yourself, then I swear you're living in, like, a bland life. But I thank God for what he's done for me, because I can do so many other things that other people can't do. Of course, there's things that people can do that I can't do. But the things that I do are perfectly for me and for the people that I hang around, you know? And I'm real good at the shit that God gifted me, you know? So that's a gift, like... I love music, you know what I mean? I'm always listening to different type of music, except for country. I don't listen to that bullshit. I really don't, bro. But like, I don't know. It just came naturally.
Country Arkansas ass though. To listen to some country music.
Fuck no.
Memphis roots and everything, bro.
I'll be damned, bro. Over my dead body.
Let's do a little bit of this or that.
All right.
Stand up or ground?
I'll box a nigga all day. Stand up.
American boxing or kickboxing?
Boxing.
Okay. Wrestling or jiu-jitsu?
Jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu. Okay. This one you may not, because you're a little bit younger, you may not know the difference as far as pride rules or pride scoring or UFC scoring.
With the knees to the head and shit?
Well, pride scored in totality, just kind of like how one does. Like they scored the whole fight versus the UFC goes by the 10-point list. It's just going by round by round.
UFC scoring.
Okay. So let's go with what you said. Pride rules or unified rule set?
Pride rules.
Soccer kicks, knees on the ground.
God, yeah, bro. Yes, definitely.
Okay. Let's see here. Now, I want to ask you this, now that we just kind of got through a quick fire of those. What is the hardest thing for you to give up while you're going through the weight cut process?
Hardest thing for me to give up? That's a great-ass question, my man. Hardest thing? Advice or...
Let's limit it to food.
Sugar is the hardest thing for me to give up because, man, like... I'm genetically gifted, as you could say, and I can eat anything I want to and not get fat. So
you wake up and look like Mike Tyson.
Yes, I always eat my sugar morning and night. I mean, it's bad for me, I know, and I'll have to kick that habit in the future, but like, I'm crazily, dangerously addicted to sugar.
So why not maybe start that now?
What you mean?
Start working on curbing that sugar.
Curbing the sugar?
Yeah.
What you gonna substitute it for? I don't know, man.
Regular fruit, something, honey, something. I don't know, bro.
I'm just trying
to look out for you.
You said, I know you're trying to look out for me, and I appreciate that.
I don't give a fuck about your figure, bro. I'm talking about your performance.
That's respect. That's respect, bro.
Yo, I've been looking out for you since day one, bro.
So, bro, but like some
like,
fucking...
Okay, it seem like I'm busting your balls.
Hot chips and like oatmeal cream pies and a famine. That's a great ass night to me. That's fucking phenomenal for me.
What are you, fucking 14?
I don't give a fuck, bro. I really don't care. I don't care at all, bro. Like, and shout out to Jazz. Shout out to Jasmine. You know, she got me on the chopsticks with hot Cheetos, so I appreciate you for that. You know,
bougie.
My fingers, nah, bro. Nobody bougie out here.
Bro, back in the day, there used to be so many fights at school from hot Cheeto fingers. Like, especially like in middle school, like people would just go up and like wipe their fingers on somebody's shirt.
Oof.
Oh yeah, there'd be fights all the time from hot Cheeto fingers.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that not too long ago, just because of a meme that I saw. That it was like the mozzarella sticks or like little pizza sticks with the marinara sauce.
Yeah.
I was like, they're really feeding us that shit at 10:30 in the morning, expecting for us to perform academically.
Those little donuts,
ho-hos,
whatever the fuck they were, bro.
Little, like Swiss
I
rolls.
have like 3 or 4 of them. They come up to me, hey Brian, you got those donuts? Yeah,
Doritos.
I got those donuts, man.
Fruitopias.
Huh?
Doritos, Fruitopias.
Yep.
My high school served crazy bread and top ramen or like cup of noodles.
They had like shakes in mine. Like,
totally nutritious.
Motherfucking ice cream shakes and shit.
Oh, see, we didn't have that.
See,
but
it was whole 9 yards. Twix and
not a single goddamn
frozen
thing that was healthy, bro.
Nope.
Like looking back, there was not a single thing that was healthy from those from those hot food lunches.
Nope.
Nothing. So
what I'm eating right now is way better than that shit.
Step up.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But
I throw in some Papa John's every now and then.
Well, because you're welcome. you already know I got you plugged up with that. See, I got the connect there.
You recognize real.
But so with that, you're winding down with camp, and you're having to go through the protocol as far as getting yourself down to weight. Who's helping you out with that?
So, the best person ever, Lady Letterman. Fuel your fight camp. She's helping me out. I hit her up last minute. It was last Saturday because I was low key freaking out about this weight cut. But she's made it relatively way easier than I thought it was gonna be.
Okay.
Like, I feel great right now. I can drink water. I can eat tomorrow. I'll be on weight for the fight. And I know if I'm not, Coach Mark is going to kick my ass. So
I don't think you're going to have a choice. I think Coach Jordan's going to lock you in the sauna.
I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, no, you'll be good. I mean,
I'm going to look good, too.
Let's not go too far.
Yeah, come on.
But so let's just talk the business side of things real quick.
Yeah.
There, you have any sponsors, management, anybody that you want to shout out?
Yeah. So I do want to thank Iridium Sports for all the help throughout this fight camp, and honestly through COVID too. Because whenever I need anything, they always help me out. So shout out Jacob Parga, Len Spod, Jason House, Jeremy for you guys always help me out. Do shout out Eat to Live. What is that? Evolve. Shout out Evolve Mills. My boy JG cut my hair for free and all that. Keeping me nice and icy. I got my hat on right now because hair not looking as good. I gotta pick it out. Yeah, so I didn't really have too many sponsors for this one.
Okay. I mean, it kind of came together,
Yeah.
Last minute, especially with it being a rebook and all of that. So
Yeah.
that's understandable on that end. Now, Big Fish, we've covered a few different topics here. Is there anything that we haven't touched on that you want to get out there for your friends, family, supporters, anybody out there?
No, I just want to thank everybody at the gym, Coach Mark, Jordan Tony, Scotty, Busy, we love you. Every coach at the gym, Rafa, Jovan now, Markel, Yusuf. I'm going to name everybody in the gym at this rate, so I'm going to stop. I do really want to special. This is separate. I do want to shout out my family inside of my family, Mile High Mob. That does consist of Jasmine Montoya, Oscar Herrera, George, Josh, one of our friends, Josh, and because they always, no matter what, they've kept me grounded. I've never had a friend group who who I feel like a family to, besides these guys. One moment me and Jasmine would be chilling, and all of a sudden she was like, "What the fuck are you doing with your life?" You know what I mean? So they're there to set me straight, and vice versa. And I always got people to rely on here in Denver, so they are home. So shout out them for sure.
Definitely there. And where can people follow you?
You guys can follow my new artist page, first and foremost, at _Mile High Mob _ That's it. And Hollywood MMA _KO.
And Twitter or anything like that?
I don't have a Twitter just yet, but when I do, I know I have millions of followers.
This guy. But, all right, so Fish, give us one last time, what are the details for the fight?
So this fight this weekend, fight starts at 6 o'clock. You guys, I will post the live stream on my Facebook and also have George Tony or Celine Hagen go live through my accounts. It'll be a little easier. And yeah, that's really it. But make sure you do check out my boy Josh Friend on Friday night.
Awesome there. So once again, folks, this is the Comments from the Peanut Gallery podcast. I'm Jordan Kurtz. You can catch me each and every week on Wednesday night with the voice of the Legacy Fighting Alliance, rocking the FM airways. That is Mr. Ron Kruk with the Mile High Plug, presented by DenverSportsBetting.com on Mile High Sports Radio. That is 98.1 FM in the Denver metro area. You could also stream us online at DenverSportsBetting.com/radio. We will see you next time.
Yeah, brown skin, short legs, and fat ass. Son, that's my type, I cannot pass.